All right. Hey, Savvy Girls, welcome. Kelly Bonanno here, eco-friendly lifestyle and organic beauty consultant. So today we have a very special guest, Jacine Greenwood, founder of Roccoco Botanicals. If you are in my group or you read my blog, you've watched my videos, you've probably heard me talk about and recommend this line. Um, she was wonderful enough to send me some products a few months ago, and I don't normally. I'm a tough customer. I don't. First of all, I like things that are not just high quality but clean, obviously, but also that work. And that work on a level that you can see some difference in your skin. You can see some positive changes because, and let me say, the other thing, if you know me, is for women like me who are well over 40, for those of us that are not in our 20s or 30s, we need anti-aging products that are nourishing and fortifying and that will work on all our aging concerns, the lines, the sagging, the dullness, the hyperpigmentation, things that most women in their 20s and even 30s, or at least early 30s, aren't worrying about. There's a lot of beauty bloggers, God bless them, and organic. It's like, oh, my skin looks glowing and wonderful. Well, you're 27. It's going to look glowing and wonderful no matter what you do to it. Now, I know people in their, at all ages have concerns. Some people have premature aging, and certainly people have, eczema and rosacea and acne. Anyone at any age can have that. I'm talking about those aging things. So, without further ado, Jacine, So I'm so excited to hear about how and why you started your story of Rococo Botanicals.
Thank you. Rococo started about 7 years ago. I did actually have another brand prior to that, which was called Eclogite. And to be honest, it was my impetus for starting it was because I was problematic with my own skin. Like, I get acne. And I remember distinctly, like, looking in the mirror, Kelly, at 34 and going, this just gets better. Not only do I still have pimples, I now have wrinkles. And it was really depressing. And the challenge that I found with being that sort of skin is trying to find something that's anti-aging that does not make you break out is really, really difficult. So again, just even finding something that actually works really well, that's anti-aging, that doesn't cost an absolute arm and a leg either, because I look at a lot of brands that are out there for some, like, for example, some of the nanogold serums that are out there, they're charging $300-400 plus for a 30 ml serum, and that's just really, really expensive. And so for me, I've always wanted to produce something that's really high quality, that is value for money when you compare it to what you're actually getting versus a competitor's product. I think beauty should be achieved by all women, regardless of our financial status. So, so I started it for that reason, but also too, I have children with eczema. And so we have a very strong history of allergies in our family. And again, if you've ever had that sort of concern, it's really, really difficult to try to manage your skin, because what I find with most people is we don't just have one thing going on. Like, you'll have an aging skin, but they also might be sensitive. You might have an aging skin that's also acne prone. So generally aging goes with other things, or they may be aging and they're getting pigmentation. And, look, there's a lot of acne out there that work for pigmentation, but they also can be quite irritating. So it's finding the right balance for that skin depending on what there is. And there isn't a lot of stuff for, as you said, over 40 that really does live up to its claims as far as really lifting and firming the skin. And I agree, it's really easy to look stunning when you're in your 20s, even your early 30s. But, like, I'm 48 in December, and, I look younger now than I did when I was 40. I have less lines. I find it really difficult now to gauge women's age because I compare them to my own skin. And I'm quite surprised often that a lot of the women that I look at are younger than me, but I just assume that they're not because of the condition of their skin. It just goes to show too how much products can actually reverse aging and how much they can actually do to alter the skin and the texture and the integrity of it. And as you can see, I'm very expressive. So I don't do Botox and I don't do any of the fillers. It doesn't fit with my philosophy. I don't judge anyone who does do that. That's each and everyone's personal decision. But for me, I love the fact and the challenge of creating something that is botanical based, that actually really delivers results.
Yes. Well, you're a walking billboard because you do look amazing. I'd never guess your age. And I'm the same way. No judgment. You want to do the fillers, the Botox, that no judgment. But it's not my choice. I haven't, haven't done it yet. And the other thing is, okay, if you are going to do all that, then clean up your product. You know what I mean? It's kind of like eating. Okay, if you're going to binge and have cheeseburgers, okay, but clean up the rest of your diet. Like that's my philosophy. And the other thing is, these toxins cause inflammation, which is the leading marker for aging and disease. So it's like, So that's why I love, of course, that your products are completely clean as well.
Thank you.
So I'm so excited that you've been so generous to give away a whole set to one of my lucky followers. So let's go through each of the products. The first product is the treatment essence.
The treatment essence, yes. So
basically a toner, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Show you guys.
I sent you the purifying or the hydrating?
You sent me the hydrating.
Awesome. So the hydrating treatment essence has some unique actives in there. It's got a violet extract, which actually helps to saturate the skin with moisture, and it literally regulates the skin on a cellular level. It's utilizes a technology called aquaporins, which most people have never heard of. Biochemists would be familiar with them, but the simplest analogy I can use with it is if you look at your desert plants like your cacti, how they can actually still maintain hydration in the skin despite the fact that they may not have rain for like days and days and days or months. So this is what this does. This actually shuttles moisture in and out of the skin on a as needs basis, and it massively increases hydration. I love this product too, because you find that when you do actually use it, that you do use a lot less of your serums and your moisturizers, which always tend to classically be the more expensive items anyway. So it actually ends up saving money when people use it. My experience with people who haven't used it is often they'll say, my skin's really dehydrated, and I'll say to them, you're not using the essence, are you? And they look at me quite guiltily because I know they're not using it. And I think a lot of people mistake them for toners, and our essences don't pH balance. They actually have a critical effect on the skin. So the hydrating is designed to actually saturate the skin with moisture. And, our collagen and our elastin needs adequate hydration to actually function properly. So this is actually filling the reservoirs of the skin with moisture. And then when you then go to put your moisturizer on, you're sealing it in, and you're keeping it in the.
And I love it, just like even like midday, a little pick me up.
It's also got another. Ingredient, a Lactobacillus bulgaricus, which is a ferment. So it is a lysate. It's not a true probiotic, but it is it's what most companies who say that they're using probiotics actually use, but it still does have benefits for the skin. So that actually, with the skin, actually helps the skin to remain more tightly anchored together. So it stops moisture loss from the skin and helps the skin to be a lot more resilient to external aggressions, such as whether that be the wind, the climate, if they've got sensitive skin, like to resistance to irritation as well. So that's in there as well as niacinamide, which has a lot of skin barrier benefits, as well as evening out pigmentation.
Nice. And it's interesting, all that packed into what you think is just a spray. People think that the serums and moisturizers are the most, but all these benefits, it's like, don't take these little sprays for granted, the So then the next thing is I guess we kind of went in I did it a little backwards. The first thing you actually do is cleanse. So the soothing cleansing oil.
Yeah. I love this product. I actually use this one myself as well. So it's rich in oils that are high in omega-3. So we have raspberry seed oil. we have passion fruit seed oil. So our passion fruit seed oil actually comes from the Amazon. It's really, really high in natural testosterone. It's a really bright orange color as well. It's also got in there your sunflower seed oil because it's really high in linoleic acid. So what this actually does is it actually removes makeup really effortlessly. It helps to clean the skin, add some nourishment back to it, especially if you're an older skin. You know, like foaming cleansers don't tend to do so well on our skins generally. It tends to strip it. So it helps to clean it effectively, but still keep your skin really soft and hydrated. I know most people with oil cleansing, they tend to shy away from it because they may have had a bad experience, but that's got to do with the actual oils that are in the product. Often they do tend to use oils that can be a little bit comedogenic, whereas these are completely non-comedogenic. They do not cause breakouts. In fact, they actually prevent it. We've actually had clients who have said to us that they could not get over the difference in their skin just using the cleansing oil, the reduction in the number of blackheads, or, you know, those little spots you get on your nose, your sebaceous filaments. A lot of people think that they're blackheads. They absolutely annihilate them, the cleansing oils. It's amazing for reducing them.
That's awesome. And then the next product is the Pomegranate Eye Bomb.
Yep.
And let me just say, this eye balm is probably the best I've ever used. I tend to get puffy, you know, and that's my biggest, I can't stand it. I don't get the dark circles, but the puffiness just drives me nuts. And a lot of eye creams make me have puffier, and I can't stand it. This I noticed an improvement in the puffiness, and I don't usually with eye creams that even claim they reduce puffiness. So I was very happy about that.
Pomegranate Eye Balm, again, it's one of my favorites as well. It was specifically designed for expression wrinkles. So we do have 2 eye creams. We recommend this one for the day because it's when we're most expressive when we're working. But it's got some peptides in there that help to stop the expression wrinkles around the eyes. It's also got pomegranate extract in there, which does help with the darkness to a degree under the eye area, but it's also collagen stimulating. I find with this eye cream, most people will notice a difference within days of use. It feels amazing. That sensation that you mentioned about with other eye balms where you feel like it almost makes them puffier, that's because a lot of them have humectants in there that literally will fill out the wrinkles. And if you put them too close, that can actually make your eye puffy, whereas we don't have anything like that in our eye cream. That actual eye cream too is quite unique in that you can actually put it on the lid and it will actually lift up the eyelid. As a girl recently in Australia who was thinking of a blepharoplasty because she hated her eyes. And I said to her, trust me, use the eye cream for a month. You won't be going down that path. And she was quite shocked. She said, my goodness, she says, I'm really surprised at how effective this cream was. So it has, again, like it does have a peptide that's renowned for actually eyelid lifting in there. So for anyone who's over 40, it is an incredible eye cream that they will get results very, very quickly with.
I noticed I put it on my eyelid too. And that's another one. That was certain eye creams and forget it. But yeah, I noticed that. Okay, I like that. And then the final product is the famous LRT.
LRT, yes.
Excited to hear you about
that. That was in the making for quite a while. It was nearly 2 years because originally when we first started, we were having a few sensitivity issues and now we don't have any. But it was designed specifically for the neck area. However, you can actually use it all over the face. So it's designed to lift and firm, particularly the neck. That's one of the hardest areas to actually firm. The other thing that it does is if you've ever had a chicken skin, a lot of people aren't familiar with the technical name, but it's called poikiloderma. And so they get like a white patch in the middle of their neck. They'll get pigmentation on the sides here. And I've actually got it because it does tend to be genetic. My mum has it. And then the skin will almost take on like a chicken skin look or a plucked chicken skin look. And so the idea of that was to treat that. Ironically, it does treat that. So, you know, I had been noticing the change in my skin texture over the last 12 months because of my own skin. And it was, you probably can't even see it on here, but I've actually got a scar here because they removed 3 discs and most people don't even see it. and that's because of the LRT. You can barely even notice it.
Wow.
But it does lift and firm. And then, of course, what happened was I started using it on my face. And I had one of our clinic owners comment. She said, wow, your skin's looking amazing. And I was like, wow, that's LRT. So we don't just recommend it now as a neck cream. We recommend it all over for that reason, because it's just phenomenal. It has got in it an Edelweiss extract that comes from the Himalayas, which has actually been shown to really firm and lift the neck area. Most clients will see something happening within 4 to 6 weeks, which is pretty remarkable considering it's a topical product. It's also got in there glucosamine, which helps to stimulate our own hyaluronic acid in the skin. And again, that lifts and firms the skin. It's got peptides in there. There's one called matrixyl synth, which actually helps the skin to become firmer and tighter as well. Apple stem cells, which also, besides being antioxidant, do have massive wrinkle reducing properties on there. And I'm trying to think what else we've got in there. There's actually a host of stuff in there that is phenomenal for lifting and firming.
Yeah. And I remember you saying, use it on the face too. And I mean, like I said, it's hard to notice a difference. And I did. I said, this stuff is amazing. And this is a tough area. I get a lot of women that like, oh, they look so great. Their faces look good. It's like from here down, that's where they show the age.
Yeah.
I always tell people my biggest beauty tips is décolleté neck. Do not ignore. It's not just from here up. Because I know a lot of women forget about that, especially, and a lot of women, they have the wrinkles here from side sleeping. I've talked to even young women who have that. I'm a side sleeper, and thank God, luckily, I don't have that. But I mean, like I was telling you, I have the lines above the lip and the forehead, like drive me nuts. But also just affirming. That's what something that really targets that firm, because that's.
There's a lot of actives on the market that target collagen. There isn't a lot that targets firmness and elasticity. And so, finding the actives for that worked was a bit of a finding a needle in a haystack. There's tons out there for collagen stimulation, and collagen's great because we do need it, but you still need that firming activity once you sort of hit over 40, because everything starts to head south, unfortunately.
And the collagen and elastin, that starts to head south even earlier. You don't notice it, but it starts to decrease really starting by age like late 20s or
in our productions slow down from about 21, 22. It's they're still making a lot. Elasticity from about 25, it does. And I mean, it really does depend a lot on what people do with their lifestyle as well. I used to be regrettably a sun bunny up until I was 27. I didn't know, it's not that I didn't know any better. I loved the tan. And we were talking, years ago when they still had tanning booths and everything. I mean, they're in Australia now. But I did a lot of sun exposure, and then of course I sort of realised this is probably not the greatest for me, so I stopped. But I also too, like, smoking can have a big impact on skin. So I don't smoke, but definitely lifestyle and environment have a huge impact on the skin condition.
Yeah, I mean, even that's what I always say. It's not just what you're putting on or not putting on. It's really beauty from the inside out. It's your nutrition, but certainly habits like not smoking and exercising. That works on a cellular level to keep you're looking young. It all works synergistically, and also mindset. You're only going to look as good as you think you look. Whatever you put out to the world is what people are going to see. So
yes, absolutely.
How you view yourself is really how other people are going to view you. So
yeah.
And you were telling me about an exciting new product you have in the works. I'd like to hear more about it.
We do. We have a true probiotic serum coming out. It's actually going to be called Glow Biotic. We already have what people call probiotics in our current products, but they're not true probiotics. They're actually fragments of bacteria. So we have bifidobacterium lysate in our current products. We have Lactobacillus bulgaricus, which is another bacterial lysate. But this one is actually a live lactobacillus. Now, traditionally, it's always been very difficult to put them into a product because, as you can imagine, if it's a live bacteria, most cosmetics do have something that is preserving in them. Even if they make the claim preservative free, there has to be something in there, because it would be growing mold or bacteria within days if it had nothing in there. However, the challenge is, because bactericides or antimicrobials don't tend to be selective with what they actually kill. They kill everything. And so if you've got a live bacteria that you're wanting to give the skin some benefit of, and then you've got something in there that's going to knock it off in the jar, then you're not going to get that benefit. So basically, what this is, it's encapsulated in a gel, and basically that protects it from the preservative, and it's actually activated upon rubbing into the skin. So it releases the actual live bacteria onto the skin. They found, particularly with a lot of skin conditions, like, we know that our gut and our skin and our mind is interconnected. You only have to have a look at when we eat rubbish food, how that affects our mood and things like that. And they know definitely that the gut microbiome affects the skin microbiome as well. So it affects how skin cells form, whether or not you get irritations, whether or not you're prone to eczema and things like that. But what they've also found is that with certain skin conditions, there can be an imbalance of microbes on the skin. So there might be an overproduction of one species. And what they found is, by applying like your lactobacillus, it actually modulates and normalizes that again, so that the skin actually starts to repair, reduce inflammation, and restore the skin. And the results are quite dramatic in quite a quick time frame as well, which is what's really exciting with it.
Well, people are going to love that. I mean, probiotics for the skin it's getting more and more awareness. I think we're going to hear a lot about it. So it's exciting.
Yeah.
So how soon do you think you'll be launching that?
It'll probably be in about 4 weeks' time. We're just waiting for the label to be done. So yeah, we've got in the actual product itself, we've actually got 3 bacterial lysates. We've got a live probiotic, and we've also got prebiotics in there as well. So we've got also, your prebiotics help to also encourage the natural healthy bacteria on the skin as well. So I'm really looking forward to launching that. I've actually been taking photos of myself and my partner, showing our progress, just, like overnight, 3 days, 7 days, so we can actually show people, real life results, so yeah.
Well, the picture you showed me, I mean, I should put that on the blog, of the eyes.
Yes.
I'm gonna get a copy of that and put that is phenomenal. And that was 8 days, if I'm remembering correctly.
That 8 days. And I'll send you the photo of myself as well, Kelly, because I was looking last night, and I've recently had a few eye allergies because I had a reaction to I had some lashes put on, and I don't normally do it. And I was speaking at a conference, and I thought I'll look glamorous, and I put them on. And so I've been avoiding wearing makeup because of that reason, because I'm waiting for my eyes to fully settle down. But they were a little bit puffy, like sort of crinkled up underneath last night. And I looked again this morning. I was like, wow, I can already tell, and it's only been 1 use, and I can see a difference in my skin. So I'm super excited, because tonight will be the 2nd application of it. And it's only 24 hours tonight. So we've only got a photo of 12 hours apart so far, and I can see a difference already. So I'm super excited.
That is exciting. Yeah, you guys, I will put that picture in. You will be blown away. It looks like not even the same person.
No.
And it looks not just a few years younger. It looks like this is her at 30. This is her at 60. I mean,
yeah, very, very exciting.
That is very exciting. So that'll be exciting. So I'm trying to think if there's any other questions. Now, any other thing you want to add or tell us about, or?
We do have hair care coming out soon as well. We haven't launched that yet. Again, acne safe. It is sulfate free, and it is silicone free as well.
Nice. Now, the other thing I want to mention is, not only do you have fantastic anti-aging products and like the giveaway that we're doing, you guys are going to love this set. So be sure, in the blog post, I'm going to put the giveaway. enter. You will be so excited to win this. And even if you don't win, you got to check these products out. But what we haven't talked about is how you have a really wonderful anti-acne line.
Yes.
So I know a lot of, well, I mean, adults, women, like you said, so many deal with breakouts. But a lot of women, at least in our age group, they have teens. You know, my son, you know, he was battling that. He's gotten better now, a little bit older. He's 16, and he's kind of seems to be growing out of it. But it's rough, and I don't want to put my kids on that hard. You know.
Yeah. It's challenging. I find half the battle with acne is a lot of the products on the market dry the skin out. And even though, like with a teenager, they're oily, they still need that hydration in the skin. And that challenge, you know, what I find with a lot of the products is they dry them out. And then what happens is the acne lesions hang around for ages. And part of the reason why they do is because, again, the skin needs hydration to repair. And if you've got a skin in a chronically dehydrated state, it doesn't wound heal. It doesn't repair properly. And yet most products are like your typical treatment is your BPO or your benzoyl peroxide, which is extremely drying on the skin. So our method of actually treating it is with botanicals. Most of our acne products are pretty much 100% natural, and they basically work from an anti-inflammatory perspective. So most people treat it by peeling the skin, which definitely does work. But my question that I've always asked is, well, why do they have the dead skin cells in the first place? So rather than peeling, what we do is we address the inflammation, which is actually the trigger for the dead skin cells in the first place. Therefore, you don't have to
Inflammation, yeah.
Therefore, you don't have to create sensitivity in the skin, because that's another problem that we see with acne clients is they go through this whole process of treating their skin, and then they come out the other side and their skin is red, sensitized, irritated, and everything they put on then is problematic for them.
Right.
So it's a very different philosophy. It's very holistic, and it's addressing all of the facets that are involved with acne formation.
Yeah, so if any of you guys have any kind of breakout issues, acne issues, your kids, definitely check out their anti-acne line. I mean, you will be so happy and amazed. I mean, the before and afters and the testimonials, it's phenomenal. Really.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
I think
go ahead.
for you, it becomes, you know, almost like a mission to sort of fix things.
Yes, yes. And to fix it naturally, you know, it's like, you don't need the toxins. You don't need the harmful things.
No.
At all. All right. So you guys make sure you enter to win the giveaway, and, you know, like and share this video, and pop in the comments, you know, if you have any questions for Jacine or myself, or, you know, you have any comments, or if you've tried the products, we'd love to hear from you. And thank you for watching, and thank you so much. This has been so much fun.
Sally.
I love talking to you and learning all about it. This has been great. All right, you guys, make sure to you know, let us know in the comments any questions you have, and be sure to enter to win. And you know, you can comment on my blog post, or here in the Facebook group, or on my Facebook page. All right, have a great rest of the day, you guys.
Thank you.